point. So if you're in the park, you're hearing this, obviously. The park enforcement officers are on to, what time are they on till, Sarah?
They start at 8 and go till 10 p.m.
All right, so they're 8 to 10. So then what you would do, I would say call 311 is the best thing. And we're not going to be able to send a PEP officer after 10 in general. So that's the best thing to do, and then we will act on it. And then this is what will happen. We will then get that and go, okay, all right, let's put some PEP in later or earlier. We seem to have a problem now, and it's not going to go away in one day. Let's address it. And we'll also work with the 6th precinct. I'll work with the inspector there. She's very good. And the police come in later to lock up the park at midnight. But we would work with a joint operation with PEP and police for those off hours. So we're not beholden to that time limit.
May I speak to enforcement?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
My name's Stu Charlton. I live a couple of blocks from the park. If you spend all day in the park, you're lucky to see the PEP officers 3 times.
Yep.
When they deem to come out of their office, they walk around in a group of 3 chatting with each other. They don't split up and if you go to them and say, would you please enforce the rules, they get really nasty. And the last thing is, if the police are there and you go to the police, all they'll say to you is, we don't write tickets anymore because when they go to court, they throw them out. So the whole enforcement thing is like 0.
All right, let me address
Something needs to be done with
Yes.
that.
All right, let me answer. Okay, this is what has been referred to as an old Army problem. The problem is that PEP officers sometimes like to bunch up. And I personally have instructed them, all right, I want you guys splitting up. I want you 2 over there. I want you 2 to go there. I also want you to say hello to people, engage the public. These are new people. I take what you say very seriously. I don't disbelieve you in any way. It's a problem, and I will address it with their supervisor tonight. And hold on, hang on. And I'm not. I used to run the Park Enforcement Patrol. I've been around a long time, and it's one of those problems that's endemic to it, unfortunately. They also are terrific, and they do a great job, and can be, all right, and they can, but it's like the old saying, you know, there's never a cop there when you need one. You know, these are things over decades. It's a concern, you know, are they there, are they visible? You're absolutely right. And the problem is the officers, if that is what they're doing, and it's their supervisor. And I will be on them very quickly, and I thank you for bringing it up. It's just a problem. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just one
Please.
more thing. I went one day to the office to get the PEP officers after a skateboarder scared the hell out of an older lady with a walker.
Right.
And they did come out that time and look around.
Right.
It happened again. I went to the office, and then they locked the door so that I couldn't get
Yeah.
They're really not available.
But if
Okay,
you call
well-
646-613-1200, that's the Parks Department,
that's
they
right.
will respond. And I don't know where this is about, not after 10 o'clock, because I've called them after 10 o'clock and they were effective. 646-613-1200.
Yeah, that's our central communications number. You can call that number also, but in general, you know, it depends, but in general, I don't want you to count on them responding after 10 for a noise issue. We have hang on one second, we have very few available after that hour in the borough. But what I'm saying to you is, it's good to call 311, we get a documentation of it, and then we will act on it. Yeah, we didn't do it that night perhaps, but we will then adjust the schedules and have people later or earlier to address that problem. The PEP, thank you for bringing that up, and those are issues that sometimes come up with new officers or veteran officers occasionally, but they're by and large a very good program, and I will make sure that it responds. And if you have any problems about this, you can call me at my office, 212-408-0201, 212-408-0201, or my email is william.castro @ parks, .nyc.gov.
And you do respond, I know this.
Okay, thanks. So I want to know the problems, okay? All right.
Mr. Castro?
Yeah,
You spoke already, may I?
Give that gentleman a
Yeah, you
chance.
spoke to it when you talked. No, I did not. Tell me.
Hi.
Why? I made a point of clarification for 5 seconds.
First, I'd like to address the room. My name is Kareem Barnes, one half of Tick and Tack, a public advocate of the park and proud father as well, and several other things. It's a lot of variety of acts that's been coming down to the park and things as well too. And I have over 25 years in Washington Square. And I mean, some of us performers, we've always found a way to get along with each other or try to get along with each other. And I've been insulted, never try to, insult back to the other performers and things too. But when you ask the police officer, what I've learned in the past thing, is you can't ask officers to selective police. It's a lot of selective policing that they actually be going on, and it's just unconstitutional. It's not right.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. Now, I don't have nothing against folk music. I love folk music. I bought they select CDs and things, even contribute and donated while they were working. It's not about commercial or us working it. Busking, it's 3 different forms of busking. You have the walk-by buskers, which is what most of the folk bands and stuff are. You have the sit-down buskers, which is sort of what we sort of do. We try to give the people an audience, a show, something, a street theater, something that lasts between 30 to 45 minutes. And then you have the buskers. Never script, because we have 5 different shows. We have 5.
Check America's Got Talent. You can perform without drums.
You don't need the drum set, just the drum ball.
Thank you.
Why don't you perform
With
without
that,
drums?
in closure, I promise I'll keep it short. In closure, I like to say this, that the drums and we can perform without drums, but with drums and stuff too, and certain that is like it's a black and Hispanic thing. You get what I'm saying? So you killing culture. You also killing cultures and stuff too. Whereas enclosure, like I said, I was enclosure.
And I like to I'll admit that we only worked 2 days for whoever said it was the 5. Ask anyone who ever seen us out did 5 days. That's not the truth.
Alright.
What matters is
Yeah.
Drums coming, guys, it's coming.
It look like.
Yeah,
But
let me finish.
my
We
enclosure.
gotta just a couple minutes.
Enclosure, what I'm saying is this, that, certain rules and stuff are right and certain rules are wrong. And, we shouldn't kill one culture because of opinion. Now end of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't understand.
Yes, we're gonna wrap this up because we have to get out.
I'm not gonna get to say anything.
My name's Emily Fulp. I live in 2 Fifth
Yes.
Avenue, and I'm in the park just about every day, as is my husband. Many times I can walk through the park, I hear a group here, I hear a group there. It's part of the ambience, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
But when groups play under the arch, it amplifies the sound, and this is one issue that no one has talked about yet tonight. The sound, I can walk through the park and go up to my apartment, and I will hear the music even more loudly than when I'm on the ground and walking the square. The sound, and this is written by a neighbor, I'm just going to read something, because he seems to have it a little more scientifically, that the arch serves as an artificial amplification mechanism, acting as a bullhorn or a megaphone. The gentleman has seen a trumpet player playing for hours under the arch wearing headphones because the volume is so loud. We hear that. I mean, it's as if he's in our room with us. A saxophonist who faces the inner wall to to rest his saxophone on the inner wall to maximize the sound. A singer with her own electric piano, which is an amplification device itself, which compounds the amplification by singing and playing under the arch. So I think the arch is another issue that needs to be considered.
We have 2 more minutes. Who hasn't spoken?
I have not spoken, I've had my hand raised.
Oh, yes, yes.
I think what we are talking here, not about musicians playing, because we all know what musicians are like, but there are young people or older people that come into the park, and we call them bangers and blasters. These are drummers and horn players that really have no reference to what's going on next to them. Because before the park was renovated, you could be in any one of the 8 circles, and because it was sunken, the noise didn't travel so much. But now that it's flat, the noise travels across and up. So these bangers and blasters are really wrecking the music for everybody, or peace and quiet.
Yes, ma'am, what's your?
Because that is an open flat surface, that if we could put potted trees in there, about 8 of them, because we're missing 4 trees that keep dying off, and some of that would take some of the noise out, and some of the face of blackers and drummers.
Try destruction.
No, it's.
I'm gonna be fast.
Yeah,
I love music, excuse me, I was called on by the chair. I love music, I've been part of the Washington Square Music Festival for 25 years. We're now in our 57th season, offering free concerts in Washington Square Park, amplified, high quality, by permit with the Parks Department. Thank you so much for assisting us, Commissioner Castro. But we need your help. The music is just too loud. The drums are too loud. I've lived at 2 Fifth Avenue for 47 years, in the village for 60 years. I've taught in this building. I've been a student in the 1960s. I've been a student in this building in the 1950s. I'm a New Yorker for 78 years. My windows look over Washington Square Park 24/7. It's just too loud. We beg you, we need your help. Our children are entitled to peaceful and pleasant occupancy of their homes, and old people, and people of any age. We will do anything possible in order to ameliorate this situation, but we turn to you first. If not, we will go everywhere in order to get this ameliorated. We'll do what we have to do, but you've been very responsible over the years, and I ask you to be responsible. The decibel issue, Jack, my neighbor at 2 Fifth Avenue, has highlighted that. There's a plainly audible standard within the noise code, where you don't even need meters. Please help us. It's too loud, okay?
Is it permission noise that you bother with, or?
I was gonna summarize, but I think that is worth it.
Well, I was the first one here. I showed up at 6.
I'll let you go, because we have to.
I have just something very short because we're here to talk about solutions, and I heard one of the musicians say, and I'm going to question it, that quiet zones don't work, that it didn't work at Central Park, and I'm really questioning that because I'm a performer, I perform with puppets, and I know I go to 69th Street, and there's a little sign that says noise-free zone,
Yes.
and I know I can go there and not be interrupted by musicians, and I hear from other musicians that's because the older people there call up people, tell them to get out of there, so I'm really questioning that that doesn't work, so I think maybe that would work.
Thank for raising that. Actually,
Let's
it's a
go.
clarification. There are, correct me if I'm wrong, there are areas like Father Dino Square that have been.
Drums don't respect zones.
Just stop. I'm gonna ask you one more time. If you call out, you're just extending, so please, I'm not sure you're adding anything to this, and you're actually just annoying me.
The noise-free zones. I don't think it would really work in this location. Here's the reason why. What it basically pertains to is a specific area. Let's just say, for argument's sake, the northwest corner. Let's say the west side of the park. Let's just say, okay, or most of the west side of the park. Cut it in half. In that zone, you wouldn't be able to play any kind of instrument or use amplified sound of any kind, unless it was for a permitted event, you know, like a concert or whatever. And you would specify the time, and that would be it. You couldn't make any real exceptions except for a permitted event. The problem is that probably wouldn't solve the problem, because if somebody is in the, you know, this is obvious,